This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Nancy.
School started.
Yeah, and boy, hitting the ground running. We are already seeing some unprecedented numbers for us in the first week of school. Usually what happens during the first week, parents are trying to get their kids into the routine, the school buses into the routine of where to drop off and things like that. So we see some smaller numbers, usually in the 40s and 50s. And just the past week, we're already seeing 70, 80 kids a day coming to the facility. So we're really happy to see the amount of kids already, because as you know, when they come into the program, they're not just sitting around playing pool all day. They're learning some pretty vital skills to help them, in the community and getting a lot of socialization with their peers and some awesome staff.
Sit home after school on the computer or on their phones. Their parents don't know exactly what's going on, or go to the Boys and Girls Club where they're being mentored and everything disguised as learning, but it's fun.
Yep, definitely a lot of high-yield learning activities designed to get the kids involved in some learning apparatus of some sort and really help them out.
And you want to thank everyone that donated school supplies.
Oh my goodness, it was overwhelming this year. Of course, we had our fourth year with the Waterland Board of Realtors, which expands to 8 different counties, all the way down to Pinconning, all the way up to northern Michigan here. So so many backpacks, so many snacks, so many school supplies, pencils, papers, rulers, you name it, to get these kids ready for the first day of school. We have so many people, in our community that struggle. That it's hard, when you're trying to put food on the table. It's hard to go out and buy pencils, papers, backpacks, all this stuff for school. So, to help the family structure in our community and help the kids, have that confidence going into school. Like, I have all the supplies that I need,
and I have everything my friends have.
Yes, and it's so important that they're not using the same torn backpack from last year and a half a notebook full of last year's work. So they start off the school year with a fresh start, and like you said, with the same things that everybody else has.
Perfect. And you have a magic show coming up.
We do. The Fraternal Order of Police is sponsoring a magic show at the Boys and Girls Club on September 26th.
Okay.
It's at 6:30. It's free to the community. All we just ask is that you call to set up, just to RSVP to say that you want to come. But it should be a lot of fun. This is something that's been going on for quite a few years, and we changed the venue and brought it to the Boys and Girls Club this year.
Okay.
So that if the kids that are already attending the club are there, then it's just no transportation. So they're literally in one place, and it's all going to be taken care of there. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great community event, and it's put on by a great organization, the FOP here in Alpena, that wants to do some really good things with the kids and fun things.
And prior to that, you're going to have a peace pole dedication.
We are. So Ginny Titus in the community, she has put together this beautiful peace pole that she has done. It's all handmade, beautifully colored, beautifully painted. She has some beautiful caricatures and some awesome sayings from all kinds of different wonderful people, talking about peace and bringing peace, to the community. These peace poles are so important because they bring that sense of community, and they bring that understanding that we should all be as one.
Right.
And we should all just understand each other and get to know your neighbors and proliferate a positive message in the community.
Awesome. Well, that'll be exciting. That's on September 12th.
September 12th, yes.
Okay. And school year food program, tell me about that.
The school year food program. So we're feeding a lot of kids already right now, just even in the first week. It's a free program that's offered Monday through Friday. We do have some food bags that we do give to kids for the weekends. But it's a wonderful opportunity for anyone between the ages of 6 and 18 that want to come in and get a free meal. You do not have to be a member to take advantage of the services. It's a hot meal that's served daily, and it could be anything from hot dogs, corn dogs, to salads, to hamburgers and ravioli and pasta and all kinds of fun stuff. But it's a way for us to to give back to the community as well, and help these kids when they come to the club if they do struggle with food, and a lot of times they don't. But but there are people out there, and there are kids out there that really need it, and maybe go through the school day without eating a lot. So.
And the important part of that too, to me, is they're sitting with other people when they're eating. They're at a table with other people, and sometimes that doesn't happen when the kids play soccer and hockey, and mom gets home at this time and leaves for work, and dad goes to a lot of times it doesn't happen, and the conversation that goes on at a dinner table is unlike any other conversation throughout the rest of the day.
And especially when that dinner table is full of kids.
Yes.
You get some really interesting conversations. And a lot of times we just talk about what they learned at school. We talk about, their interests and what they're doing for the weekend, or, just fun things, and just trying to engage them, to have that conversation with us.
Now we only have a couple minutes left, and I want to make sure we talk about the bottle drive that's coming up and why we're doing it.
Yes. So the Youth Volunteer Corps program, which is a sponsored program through the Boys and Girls Club, is going to be holding a bottle drive basically right now until the middle part of October. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to instill a sense of fundraising for kids as well. And we're trying to raise some funds to get a kid to the Youth Volunteer Corps Summit in Kansas City. And it's an annual event where the kids learn so many different leadership and character development skills that they bring back to this community. We have currently right now just over 450 kids that are involved in the Youth Volunteer Corps program. And the individual that we're looking to send this year is also on the youth development planning. He's part of the International Youth Development Board through the Youth Volunteer Corps. That's one of 13 kids out of 63 affiliates throughout the country, and he represents Alpena and Northern Michigan. So, having this kid being able to travel with a chaperone, travel to learn some of these things, and be around other kids too, not just in our area, but throughout the country that come together for the common goal of giving back to their community. So it's important and vital.
So we're out of time. What can we do with our bottles?
So what you can do, you can call us at the Boys and Girls Club at 356-0214. Or you can email us, which is found on our website at bgcalpena.org, or you can Facebook message us, or Catherine Noak, the YVC director, has been in contact with some people, so contact her as well. But if you have some bottles that you would like to donate for the cause, we are willing to pick them up. So just call us and we'll do whatever we can to get you.
Or drop by a cash donation.
Yeah, or you can even drop them off at the Boys and Girls Club as well.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Mac Lindsay, and we are going to be talking about Habitat for Humanity following these messages. Hi, I'm back with Max Lindsay, and we're here to talk about Habitat for Humanity. Good morning, Max.
Nancy, great to see you.
Great to see you, too. And just before we started taping, we were talking about Chubb White, who was Mr. Habitat for Humanity, and the stories about Chubb and his experiences and his travels with Habitat for Humanity. And I'm very familiar with Habitat and what they do and their mission, but why don't you tell us what the mission and the vision of Habitat for Humanity is?
Love to do that, Nancy. The goal of Habitat is to give simple, affordable housing to people who can't afford otherwise that type of housing. So the goal and the way Habitat works is, and it isn't a giveaway program, the people actually pay for their homes. Okay. They have mortgages, and the idea is when Habitat originally started many years ago, the mortgages were all no interest loans. Now they're variable funding plans that are out there, and basically those plans are out there to help the affiliates build more homes and build them quicker.
Oh, yes.
So over the years, this is our 30th anniversary.
Amazing.
It is amazing. And speaking of Chubb, I remember standing with Chubb at the Congregational Church thinking, how are we going to do this? There's no money, there's no staff, we don't have a place to even meet. How's it going to work? And a fellow by the name of Ken Benson, Reverend Ken Benson, who was the Michigan Habitat president at that time, just came along and said, you have to take a leap of faith. You're much further along than a lot of places are. You can do this. So, and it's worked, obviously.
Well, I always say Alpena is a community that gives until it feels good, and it's a very giving community.
That's so true. That's so true.
And, you know, I've had a chance in the past with different organizations to actually work on some habitat houses, you know, and it really makes you feel good to be able to give back to your community in that way, because, you know, owning a home is, to me, is an American right. Everybody should be able to own a home.
Well, and that's so true. And the self-worth of the families who have their first home that's truly theirs, to see the looks on those faces, and especially the young children in that household, there's just so much pride, and everybody that works on that house has a piece of it.
Yes.
You know, and you remember that. And when you tour homes or go by a home that you've worked on, I find myself saying, you know.
I do too. I do it.
Yeah.
I worked on that house.
I worked on that house. I couldn't walk the next day because I was sore, but I worked on that house. Yep.
Yeah, put siding on and helped build some trusses, and I really enjoyed my time there. So anything special happening on for the 30th year?
We have a dinner on September 19th.
Okay.
That we're very excited about. It's at Fletcher Street Depot.
Okay.
At 5:30 in the evening. Sandy Pearson, who is the current president of Michigan Habitat, is going to be here as our keynote speaker.
Okay.
We're going to talk about some old times. Hopefully, we've invited, at this point, a little over 200 people. And these are people that have worked on homes, that have been on the Habitat Board, Habitat committees, have done all kinds of things for us, subcontractors, just people over those 30 years that have allowed us to be here 30 years later. So we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be a great night. And if somebody's out there who would like to come, just give us a call at 354-5555, which is our offices.
Okay.
And we need a count. We'd like an RSVP.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. But we're really looking forward to it.
And you know, volunteers are the lifeblood of your organization. So give me an idea of what some things people can do to volunteer.
That's a great question, because people often think, well, I'm not handy, and believe me, I'm not handy, so I know that. But there's lots of things. I mean, lots of people like to pound nails, and we have all kinds of opportunities to allow people to do that, to help on actual home construction, and that's always needed. But we also have a restore.
Yes.
And if you've been in our restore and our Rethink Boutique, we're very proud of those facilities and what that's done for not only us, but also for the community. We have opportunities for people to work in our office as well. So there are lots of opportunities to do all kinds of things for us.
And fundraising, work on fundraising committees? And
We have lots. We have, I believe there's 7 standing committees. You don't have to be a board member to serve on those committees.
Okay.
We have a number of people who are right now who are on our Resource Development Committee, which is putting on our 30th anniversary. And it's great to have people come in from outside with different ideas. It's so helpful. I've been on the Family Selection Committee since we started. That committee is made up of many people from the community.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get that diverse people.
Well, and those people bring skills with them.
Okay.
We have a former school social worker, for instance. We have people who have worked for the Department of Social Services, former teachers, lots of folks who know lots of people in the community, and they bring those skills with them and are a great benefit to us.
Okay, I want to go back to the restore for a moment while we still have time. You know, what a wonderful entity in our community. You know, as you said, I think about it for me to go in and get cool stuff at a good price, but think about people just starting out with apartments and homes. And I mean, there's furniture, there's household items, there's appliances that go very quickly. And you have to go every day because it changes.
The stock is constantly changing. When we added the Rethink Boutique,
yes,
that was also something that had not been tried before. There was only, I think at that point, there was only one other restore in the state of Michigan that had a consignment portion. That's been very successful. So as you said, I mean, if you want building supply items or previously used but in good shape kind of items you're looking for, that's great. But the boutique, there's some very special items at the boutique as well.
Yeah, some really great gift-giving ideas.
Absolutely,
in there.
absolutely.
Yes.
And one of the neat things is, as you said, stuff changes every day.
It does. And you always need volunteers there too, and I know you can stop by and pick up a volunteer application.
You can call the offices and do that as well. Like everything in life these days, there are certainly certain things that we have to check on for volunteers, but as you said earlier, it is very, very important to us because we could not exist without our volunteers. And when we started back in 1989, we didn't have paid staff for, I'm guessing here, maybe 8 to 10 years before we had paid staff, so it was completely volunteer run. But at some point in your existence, you get to the point where you simply can't do it with volunteers. You need dedicated staff, that it's a full-time job. So we have lots of those people now.
Well, from all of us here at WBKB, congratulations on 30 wonderful years and, making the American dream affordable and eligible for people in our community. And, thank you so much. We look forward to hearing about all the wonderful things you're going to do in your 30th year, and look forward to hearing good stuff, and hopefully a lot of people will come and volunteer.
We hope for that too, and let us come back on. We have some really neat things that are going to be happening for us next year, and more importantly for our family partners.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Brenda Herman, executive director of the ACC Foundation. Welcome.
Good morning, Don.
Very busy time for you and
as
the foundation.
Always. Yes.
As always. So let's touch on some of the things.
Sure.
Had a great golf scramble here a couple Saturdays ago. Wonderful fun. Could you tell the viewers about it?
Yes, we had our 24th annual Robert and Granum Memorial Scramble for Scholarships. A great year, great participation this year. We had 99 golfers out there on the golf course. Beautiful day. Raising money for scholarships. We have great sponsors. The local community, as you know, supports the college so well. We had a returning corporate sponsor, Besser Company, and then many, many other local businesses and individuals who sponsor the event. This year we netted about $18,900, which will all go back to scholarships for our students. Feels really good to be able to do that.
Almost $19,000.
Yeah.
So 99 golfers. Well, I mean, some really good golfers and some that stretches the term to call them golfers. But
that's why
we won't identify which is who.
Exactly, and that's why it's a scramble, right? So you really only need one good golfer on your team to be in the running.
Yeah, very true. And this was out at River's Edge?
This was at River's Edge Golf Club. They do a wonderful job accommodating us and really kind of make the event go off seamlessly. Love working with them out there, and they're big supporters of the college as well.
Tim and Sue Fitzpatrick.
That's right.
Yes, huge supporters of the college. We appreciate that. So, other things that are going on with the foundation?
Sure, there's always lots going on with the foundation. As you know, we just recently released our latest newsletter, the Lumberjack Link. We try to do that at least once or twice a year just to keep the alumni and friends of the college up to date as to what's going on. We're working towards moving towards an electronic version, which we may be able to publish more frequently as we collect electronic means of communication from folks. But this one went out in hard copy, so it just hit mailboxes this week, and we're starting to hear some positive feedback. Had some nice local success stories. Our front page feature was on local alumni, Ryan and Rhea Fairchild, who, as many people know, just recently won one of Michigan's top 50 companies to watch with their Omega Electric and Sign company. So it was very fun to interview them and share their story. Both of them started their journeys out at ACC.
Absolutely, an amazing story it is. A wonderful couple. Ryan's involved in our utility tech program, and it's just a wonderful local success story. I also heard some nice feedback on an article about Coach Jim Dutcher.
Yes, I've heard a couple comments on that as well. Yeah, we featured a story on him as he was named ACC's Fellow of the College this year, and rightfully so. A great man, has accomplished many good things, and it was nice to have him back in Alpena for commencement this year.
It was, and I'm glad you brought that up. It was a delightful occasion. He was a wonderful coach at ACC, and then was very accomplished at Eastern Michigan University, at U of M as an assistant, and a head coach at University of Minnesota. Coached some phenomenally successful ball players. But he came back and he was reminiscent of his time at ACC and his local roots as an Alpena person.
Yeah. I often hear that from alumni or people who are connected to the college, that Alpena Community College holds a special place in their heart. In fact, I got a phone call yesterday from an alumni who had just received the letter. He was a 1972 graduate and talked so fondly about his time here, and he had a daughter who also graduated from ACC, and he said, I keep telling her, you have to remember your roots. Which is very true. It's nice to, you know, you can go lots of places in this world, but to remember your roots and where you came from and what gave you a good start. And for many of us, that is Alpena Community College.
Absolutely. You're an alumni yourself.
I am a very proud one at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the opportunities and challenges of the work you do, is figuring out a way to stretch yourself and the resources that the foundation has to connect with these thousands and thousands of people who have had a great experience at ACC.
That's right.
They don't all stay in one spot where they're easily located and communicated with.
That's very true, and it's interesting because you know, the definition of an alumni is kind of up in the air, and I like to think that it's anybody who's had a connection with our organization. So whether you took one class while you were going to high school as a dual enrolled student, or whether you got an associate's degree, you're alumni to me, and I love to make that connection with those folks and hear about their time at the college and what it means to them, because everybody has a unique story. That
is so true, and so important. You know, that definition of what an alumni is fluid. In my family, I had a son that is a graduate. He graduated from ACC and APS right about the same time. But two of our daughters went to ACC. They didn't graduate from ACC. They took courses they needed and then transferred. But they all have similarly high regard for the place. And I think they're that pool of folks that may not have completed a credential, but we're influenced here. That is the folks that we engage with and want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And what other things are going on?
Well, we're still plugging away, working on raising funds and awareness for the Healthy Future Start Here campaign. We're getting very excited for this fall for work to begin on Van Laer Hall renovations and upgrades for our nursing program. You know all this, but folks might not know all this. Yeah, the ACC Foundation board, my board members have been, you know, just wonderful, working hard, you know, talking to folks in the community, and we have several committees that we put together as well, and those folks have been working hard and really helping to raise funds and awareness of this project and program. So far, the foundation has raised about $3.1 million, which just goes to show the high regard that this community has for the college and the belief, you know, they believe in what we're doing in our mission.
That is so true and so gratifying. You know, the project is an $8.7 million price tag on it. It will be, I think, the largest project in terms of dollars that the college has ever done. And fundraising, $8.7 million it's a big number. And the foundation piece at $3.1 million raised primarily locally is phenomenal, and to your credit and to the credit of the folks at the foundation. So it's been fun. It's been a crazy year. As you know, I'm just been at the college a little over a year, and I'm definitely one of those people that just jump in both feet first, and it's been a fun ride, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We've accomplished a lot this past year, and I feel really good about it, and I know we're going to do even more in the next year. Very good. Thank you, Brenda. I agree. Thank you for all you do for ACC. Thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.